So, Nith and both Lucan are woken up by the blast of the fireball, and grabbing clothes, and she's walking towards Fury, who's lying with a little smoke coming off him on the ground. She walks right past in anger and continues just to go off in the distance. Kind of just leaving you guys in the middle of the night.
I holler out, "What happened?"
I fucking hate you guys more Fury than anything. I'm tired of being with you losers. You guys aren't gonna survive and you guys are gonna kill me in the process. I'm leaving you.
You're leaving us?
Yes.
What
I
happened?
feel like it'd be better. And as she's saying this, like she's yelling and like just continuing to walk away.
I'm gonna run after.
I'm gonna stay with Fury.
As Luke and you run up to Esmeralda, you see that tears are streaming down her face. And she is just upset.
Esmeralda, you gotta tell me what happened.
No, you should ask him if he ever wakes up. He's the one that should be tell you. From now, I'm just let me leave, please.
Well,
I don't want to be here anymore.
we need you.
I'm sorry. No, I don't want to do this. You can find someone else. I've had my wit ends with him.
No, please, hey, please
Nope.
don't go. We'll get
Sorry,
it.
nope.
Well, where are you gonna go?
Anywhere just away from you. You guys are gonna get me killed.
All right. Well, hopefully we meet up again.
I doubt it. And she just continues to walk off. Nith, as you stayed back, you're looking at Fury's naked body in front of you. Just this red all over, kind of tiefling, kind of like a skinnier Hellboy. Smoke seems to be just emanating off of his chest where it's a little blackened, obviously hit by the fireball. Fury, go ahead and give me a death saving throw.
Okay, my first throw is a pass.
All right.
Do you want me to just do all of them, or?
As Nith or Lucan, is there anything you guys want to do while?
I'll kind of like walk back to the two of them and just look at.
All right.
I don't know what happened. He's like pissed, and I don't think.
Well, seeing as Fury is naked, I would assume he attempted to make a pass at her.
Yeah, he. I don't know. She seemed like really distraught about it. I mean, I didn't really think Fury was that kind of guy.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I guess we don't know Fury that well to know to what lengths he would take his sexual conquest.
All right, Fury, go ahead and give me a second death saving throw.
Failure.
All right. Nith, Luke, and any other conversations?
Well, maybe we could, like, I don't know, put a blanket over him or something, and I don't know, try and prop him up off the ground a little bit, or something. I don't know, try and make him a little more comfortable. Hopefully he comes back.
Sure.
We'll try and do that. We'll almost like sick or something. Try and water wet cloths up.
Sure. So you kind of just like cover him up with a blanket. You stick some like a rock behind his head, propping it up a little bit. Fury, go ahead and give me another death saving throw.
Failure.
All right.
Well, should we sleep and I'll check on him? We only have a couple hours. Hello.
You cut out there a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was saying I don't have any spell slots or any healing points to help. So, yeah, I guess just resting and hoping that in the morning he's awake.
All right.
Fury, go ahead and give me another death saving throw.
Success.
As the other Nith and Lucan kind of just go back to sleep as they were, do either one of you keep watch or any such, or just risk it?
No, I'm just gonna go back.
Sam.
Okay. And I guess Fury, one more throw.
Natural 20.
Okay. So you guys wake up. Full health. You guys are now level 7. You guys come over and you find Fury lightly breathing and wheezing, trying to like struggle to get a breath in his lungs.
Did Fury get a lung rush too, or did he not since he was unconscious?
He did not since he was unconscious. So he didn't level up yet. He is at 1 health point.
Are you alive, man?
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Am I functioning or am I still unconscious?
You're like you're technically conscious, but like you're sleeping ish.
Okay.
I guess we just wait for Fury to wake up and stir. Unless Lucan, should we just put him in the... I don't know. I don't really want to put him in the dragon's skull and have to drag him. I don't know, your thoughts.
Well, it looks like he's so. Hopefully, a full recovery. And hopefully maybe like later this morning you can maybe like a healing spell or something. What I was thinking maybe we could do while we're waiting, Fury. I know we tried like multiple different methods to revive Sir Eldridge, but I think he's as good as gone. And the more I thought about it, I don't really go all the way back up St. Markovia. So maybe we're better off just burying and we could go through things.
Go through what?
We could go through his.
Oh, there's things.
Make sure there's some, and I know he has the sword, so some coin.
Yeah, do you recall the capacity of the bag of holding?
No, I don't.
Because
Go ahead. You guys know it's 500 pounds. It holds up to 500 pounds, and I think it's 65 cubic feet.
Okay. How much does he weigh roughly, Eldridge?
About $120, $130.
Okay. Because one thing we could do, Lucan, unless we get to a point where we're kind of tight for space, do we know, Meta, do we know what capacity we're at?
That would be on Fury's end. I would say no more than like 150, 160.
Okay.
Because besides Sir Eldridge, it's not much in there.
Yeah, I didn't.
I can think of.
I didn't think there was much. I just was gonna say. Then okay, now back to Fury or Lucan. Unless we get to a point where we're kind of tight for space, then we could, bury him. But we don't necessarily know where our path will lead us. We weren't necessarily planning on going back to Argynvol, Lost Holt. So I think we should at least keep him, keep his body. But I do think it's smart to go through his things in case there's like the Sun Sword and if there's any other valuables that could be beneficial to us.
I think it's. So the thing I'm worried about keeping his body is probably going to rot, and we know there's werewolves in this area. We haven't encountered them yet, but I feel like if we're carrying around a rotting corpse, hey, come look at flag werewolves. And I think we should probably try and stay as low key as possible, especially with we're down to about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 what?
Members of our group.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea with the werewolves. So yeah, I guess I'm good with that idea since we don't. It's already been a day, and it probably would take us multiple days to get back there. So by the time we were to get there, it'd probably be too late. Or not too late, but he would be pretty juicy by then.
I was hoping I hope that those spells that we tried yesterday were timed.
Yeah.
I think he would have came back by now.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. So while we wait for Fury, I'll start digging.
All right. Sounds good. I'm gonna use this old elvish fine.
Sorry, say that again. Elvish what?
Prayer.
So as Fury rests in the rest along with his head against the rock for the day, slowly regaining his strength, Nith digs a hole. How big do you dig a hole?
1 second, I gotta check something. Hey Lucan, I holler out. Do you have a shovel? Well, actually, what's the requirement to look inside the bag of holding?
What do you mean?
Like, is there anything you have to do other than just like digging in there and looking for stuff?
Nope, just dig in there and look at stuff.
Okay, so I guess might as well pull out Sir Eldridge, his body, and then also look for a shovel to see if there's a shovel within the bag. I also look on Fury's person to see if he has a shovel on him.
So Fury, that's entirely.
I do not have one.
Okay. Is there one in the bag of holding?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think there is either.
All right. Luke and I don't have a shovel.
I'll check my pack. Just take a second.
If nothing else, we could do a pyre like we have with previous fallen members.
Yeah, let's just do that because I don't have a shovel.
All
I'm
right,
not sure if Sir Eldridge religious, so hopefully.
All right, first let's I guess clear him of his possessions.
So, as you go through his body, so he across his like front and such, you notice that he has 2 daggers and the sun sword. And then as you look like on it strapped to his back and in other places, you notice another long sword and a spear.
Well, we should probably take the sun sword.
What's that?
Well, we should probably take the sun sword.
Yes, I agree. I'll take the law question. Does meta for Corey?
Yep.
Does longsword, is that considered a light melee? It's 3 pounds versus greatsword is I assume is heavy, or it is greatsword is heavy at 6 pounds.
So the sun sword is 3 pounds.
Would that be considered light melee or just melee?
What are you trying to do?
So I'm just thinking I have the ability to do like instead of two-handed with the greatsword, I can do a longsword in each hand and use it as a bonus. Only if it's light melee though.
So technically it's a longsword, so I believe it's just melee.
Okay.
I don't think it's
sounds
light.
good. Sounds good. I'll take the sun sword. Can you repeat off the other weaponry?
Yeah. So the other weaponry is there are 2 daggers, just another normal longsword, and a spear, as well as a shield.
Yeah, I'll just take the sun sword.
Okay. I can quickly add that for you, and all you have to do is refresh.
Okay.
Just make sure it's the right one. So other items real quick. He also has a backpack, a bedroll, a blanket, some rope, torch, water skin. Any of those sound interesting?
Lucan, you should take the rope since you don't have rope anymore.
Sounds good.
Meta
I never removed the rope from my inventory, so I just won't have rope.
I'm okay with that.
Meta, just let me know when you
It is added. You can refresh.
Okay. Still not popping up for me.
Oh shit, I got 2. So it won't be in your actions, but if you go to your equipment, it should be in there.
Oh, I gotcha. Thank you. Now we're good. Thank you.
Alright, what else? He also has 140 pieces worth of gold.
How much?
Only 140 pieces.
Okay, that's 70 apiece between me and Lucan. Sound good, Lucan?
Yep.
Besides that, there's nothing much he has.
Okay. And then, so now that that's done, I can just get started on a pyre.
Okay.
I'll help you out. I'll help you a little bit.
So, I'm assuming you guys are looking for timber? Or such, or more rocks?
So, I guess I'm imagining just kind of not like a big grand one like we did for the last 2, but just something kind of smaller, just something quick to burn his body. So just some timber to kind of more or less make like a Eeyore type kind of crossing logs over him.
Sure. Okay. So you're kind of in this prairie area right now. Some bare hills. So there isn't too much forestry brush around. Your best chance is to walk a little to the east down to the river and see if you can find some driftwood along the shore of the river. All in said, it's probably half a day of tasks walking to the river back with the logs.
How far away are we from the river?
About 3 miles. You guys are kind of like walking on this ridge of these smaller mountains, straight from the swamp to the south to Agasalt to the north.
Okay.
So you can see the river, but again, it's about a half-day travel there and back.
What would be the duration if we just did some rocks to like cover up his body, like a little makeshift grave?
It would still probably be a good chunk of the morning trying to gather enough rocks around to cover up.
Nif, I think we should just head down to
Head what?
head down to the river and find some.
Okay.
Do you think? Are you good to give?
To what?
Are you good to give? No.
You cut out again. Say it one more time.
I think give Fury a healing. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meta Fury can give himself healing.
Ho ho.
All right, let's head down to the river.
Okay.
So what's your marching order?
Side by side.
Side by side. All right, as you guys are walking, probably takes about an hour or so. Is anything you guys want to talk about? Mention, discuss during this time?
So, what was up in Baba Wasaga's hut?
Sorry, 1
I
second.
didn't really get much of a good view of it before I shot her.
There was a crib in the center, and within it was a baby.
What?
Yeah, there was a baby, and it bore the resemblance to Strahd.
How could you tell that a baby looked like Strahd?
It just did. I know it sounds silly to say, but it really just had, almost like his, not identical face, but his face, his same skin tone, everything. It almost looked like a reincarnated Strahd.
I know this sounds like fucked up, but I wouldn't blame you if you did.
And to be honest, I don't know if it looked like Strahd or if I just had some blind kind of saw red when blind to my hatred. I raised up my sword to strike down, this evil Strahd. And as I had my sword raised and ready to strike, I saw one second. I saw Andra, and I froze. I could not strike.
Who is Andra?
Andra was my child. Andra was my child that was taken from me, from this earth by evils unknown, and that kind of set me out onto this quest against darkness.
Is Andra at the gallows?
She was one of them.
Strahd knows about her?
I don't know. I don't know what Strahd knows. I don't know, if it was Strahd playing those mental tricks, or if it was this land, or if it's just my own guilty conscience.
Why do you feel guilty about what happened?
I come from a mighty kingdom, and I held a high position within, I guess, society, and I was tasked with taking down a dark threat, and a dark threat that ended up taking the lives of all of my men, and upon return, the entire kingdom was laid to waste, and I know it was due to my failures.
Did you have a wife?
I did. I also saw her at the gallows. She was also taken from me the same time my child was.
Yes, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh.
Yeah, but all I know. Go ahead.
I mean, I know what you. I didn't always used to be like how I am now. I grew up not far from where our ship departed. Forest, and in our elvish, I was raised by my mom. One day a dragon attacked our whole city, laid the whole thing to waste, and I somehow survived. After my mom was alive, and none of the elves wanted to do with me after my mom passed away. I was considered a half-breed. I set out on my own. Spent years living in the wilderness, like what would. But yeah, I know what you're going through.
Did you say that you lost? Did you say you lost anybody?
Yeah, my mom.
Your mom? I'm sorry to hear that.
She's a special woman.
I feel like our band of misfits has a lot of loss. We've experienced a lot of loss before we've come together.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so I saw that Strahd baby After I saw the face of my own child, I hesitated and stopped, and even though I don't believe evil should go unpunished or evil should see any mercy, I just had a moment of clarity that it was, just a child, and it very well could have just been my mind playing tricks on me, and I went to pick it up and it just disappeared. Some sort of illusion that baby lasagna had, I believe that baby lasagna had created. So either her, potentially just another trick of Strahd's playing with our heads.
I wonder what hurt Strahd is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would almost seem like that's like a whole nother level of devotion.
Meta, or maybe even history check. Did we get any sort of background of her from Muriel that said anything about her before she became like a weird swamp thing?
You did not.
Okay.
So what happened? What happened to Muriel?
She, I'm not exactly sure what to explain or make of it, but she saw me in the hut and was kind of surprised to see me there, and had asked why I wasn't out looking for the gem, and I said, well, I to be honest, I was just trying to loot through the hut, but kind of made up some excuse saying that I was looking for it, that if it maybe was somehow like had fallen back in or never left. And she then produced the gemstone, and then with this meta, I reach into my sack and pull out one of the gemstones.
You don't need to say meta for that, because it's like as character you're pulling it out. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So I pull it out and show it to Lucan. After she gave me this, and then left shortly after. She had said that the stone was not her primary objective. She had told us that it was her primary objective once we had split up. But after finding, she gave it to me and said that that wasn't the real reason. She was in search of somebody who baby lasagna was using against their will to help baby lasagna stay young, and she was able to find what she came for, and then left and just kind of vanished into the fog or the mist or the forest, and
So
left
the
me
gem
with.
was in the book.
No, I think she had gone out and found it.
So what was in the book that she...
There was no book. I don't. You must have misheard
I'm
me.
sorry, I thought I heard you say book.
Oh, no book.
Well,
but yeah, so
doesn't that sound like curious that she was there for someone that was Baba Lasagna young?
Well, so there was a tub filled with blood, and this person had been suspended from the ceiling, and so I don't know, and I guess without doing a history check, I don't recall what the other person looked like.
If you you can do.
Okay.
You don't even need to do a history check. You remember as a character. It was kind of a woman figure. However, she seemed to be made up of vines and twigs and kind of very forest-like.
Okay. Meta, I knew that's what Muriel looked like when she came back to us, but I couldn't remember if that's what the person suspended looked like too. So Lucan, she kind of looked like this foresty type creature. And so I suspect that Muriel and the one suspended were, had some sort of connection or relation, and then I helped her get her down, and then she left.
You think? I've never heard of a race like that before. Do you think they were like trolls or something?
Say that again.
Do you think they were like trolls or something?
I guess I'm not sure either. I don't think they were trolls, but I really am not sure what. I would assume some sort of magical creature, since Muriel had changed her appearance. Initially, I thought that was due to her using, or I assume she had attempted using the gemstone, which then had some sort of reaction to. I thought she'd use the gemstone on Eldritch, which caused this sort of reaction. But as we talk about it, and now remembering what the other person looked like, I'm not sure. Or I don't think that's the case. So I assume she was of some sort of magic creature. But here you can hold on to the other gemstone. I'm not sure what properties it has yet. But here you be. Meta, what colors are the two gems that I have?
So the two gemstones you have right now, the one you most recently got is green.
Yep.
And the one you pulled from the statue back on Yester Hill is blue.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, I had pulled out the green one to show it to him. Lucan here, take the green one. Hashtag horns down. I'll hang on to the other one.
And these are quite big stones, just FYI. I don't know if I told you, but they are probably the size. Probably like pee-wee football size.
Yeah.
Corey, you had the stones. You had. Sorry.
I will get back to you on that. I don't have anything that I could just add of those. I will have to come up and create something. So.
Okay.
So as that conversation goes on between the two of you, it took you a majority of the walk down to the river. As you got closer to the river, as you're within like 20 feet of the river, the banks become more of a pebble, kind of a larger pebble, as if it's like the shores of Superior, and all along are just driftwood, bare of bark. Some of it is all pretty dry, that's ready to go up on a strike of a match. And there's more than plenty up and down the shore. As you guys start, I'm assuming you guys kind of like start picking up, kind of Lucan kind of working to the left, Nith working to the right. Your backs are turned to each other as you are just slowly going down the shore, picking up everything that you can fit in your arm and carry. That would be enough. Nith, I need you to make a saving throw. A save throw.
Question. So then, just to make sure I'm doing this correct,
Yep.
when looking then at like the little saving throw square on my player sheet, Do I
So-
add any of those numbers,
Um,
or do
No.
I do? I
so what I'm basically doing is I'm having you do a save DC against one of your own spells.
okay.
So there is no modifier, unfortunately.
Other than the modifiers that I have, so like I don't. So like, for example, if it was like a strength saving throw, it says +8.
Yep.
Below that, I have below like those like 6, like the strength, dexterity, intuition, blah blah blah. I have a +3 on saves from my aura of protection, and then a +1 due to the lucky stone. So do I add 4?
Yeah.
Okay, 21.
All right. So you kind of feel like this uneasiness, and for the most part, you kind of you let out a meh, like a little bah, and as you
Meta,
look,
quick thing. Meta, if this is about my new spell class, could we? I would say don't. Never mind. You just do whatever.
okay, so you kind of just let out a bah, and then as you look down, some of your sticks fall out of your hands, and if you look down, your 2 hands have become hooves. More specifically, sheep hooves, and with the exception of that, you are still Nith.
Do I notice this happen?
You heard the call of the sheep, but not specifically. Since you guys had your backs turned, you didn't really see it happen too much.
I'll just gather so I have enough.
Nith, what do you do?
1 second. Let me look at. I will. 1 second. I'm gonna cast. Sorry, 1 second. I just gotta read the spell itself.
Sure.
Would casting detect magic, which if I do detect anything, I can learn at School of Magic. Would that benefit me?
Sure.
Okay, so I cast that.
You notice that you yourself is like a glowing aura of magic right now. You've done this before, and you've always glown a little bit just from your paladin spells, of the little bit inside of you, but now all of a sudden you seem to be a bright beacon of magic.
Okay. Did I detect anything from like why I have hooves?
Oh yeah, so
That's my main
yeah.
my main
So
question.
sorry.
That's okay.
So you know from your spell that it appears that a polymorph, a surge of wild magic came out of you and tried to polymorph you.
What's polymorph mean?
Polymorph is just a spell. It's appeared to try to turn you into a sheep. Fortunately enough, you rolled a high enough DC that you're for the most part fine, minus the hooves. But you know that probably give it 10 minutes or so, and your hands will go back to normal.
Do I sense that this magic? I mean, I know I'm seeing that I'm me myself. I'm like radiating.
Yeah.
Do I sense that this was like a foreign attack, or do I think that it like came from within me?
It came in from within you.
Okay. are these cloven hooves or like or is it like a horse hoof where it's all enclosed?
I believe it's sheep have split hooves, right?
Oh yeah, like a sheep. Yeah, they have cloven hooves. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I just kind of peer, not knowing exactly what's going on. Just kind of look back to keep tabs on where Lucan is, trying to maybe avoid him seeing what's going on, or just trying to play it off, hoping that it kind of goes away. I holler out like, "Oh, I'm gonna go take a piss over here," and then I just kind of veer away a little bit.
Sure. As you kind of veer away, do you kind of hasten your step away?
No, not really. I just kind of
okay.
I just kind of keep my hooves like in front of my body so he can't see it.
Sure. Okay. So for the most part, like you kind of like walk at you walk normally as you would, but occasionally you just have this like gallop just for like 1 or 2 strides, and then you go back to your normal walking posture style. So yeah.
And it's all prairie, so there's no like real place to hide, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So at this point, Lucan kind of can't really grab too much more. He somehow was able to fill both of like his whole arm up and stack it above his face, so he can't see much. And this has been quite a few minutes, probably 10 or so. Nith, in that meantime, one of your hands have gone back to normal. Completely normal, whereas your other hand, for the most part, is a hand. However, your 4 fingers, index to pinky, your index seems to be still connected to your middle finger, as well as your ring finger seems to be connected to your pinky finger.
I'm pretty sure I only have 3 fingers.
You only have 3 fingers? Okay.
I believe so. But so 2 of them are connected then.
2 are connected, but you still kind of have this, figure of the cloven hoof.
Okay. I think I have 3 fingers and a thumb. I have to double check, but either way, it doesn't matter.
The more you know. So I'm assuming you continue to pick up what's driftwood as soon as you could. Okay.
Yeah, I go back to the pile I dropped and just kind of pick those up, and then doing it in a way to kind of like hide my my one hand.
Sure. Logan, go ahead and make a perception. And Nith, go ahead and make a sleight of hand.
My hands are talon-like claws, 3 fingers and a thumb.
3 fingers and a thumb. Okay.
Yep. I roll 11.
Okay. So, Lucan, all you notice is that Nith is holding his pile of driftwood in a weird way. Like he seems to have his pinky wrapped around one driftwood sticking out, and then the rest of his hand tucked up underneath. You just look at it and you're thinking to yourself that that's not the most economical way to do this.
Nith?
Yeah.
You sure that's like the way
It is. It definitely is. It's a lifting technique that I learned that it is the best way. I know the best way to lift things. I'm strong.
And just to reiterate this, like, Nith is by far bigger and stronger than Lucan, so his pile, even though it's not as high to his face like Lucan's, is definitely more than Lucan has in all of his hands. I need you to make a perception, and Nith to make a deception.
Wait, should I make an insight check?
Yes, sorry. Insight, and then go ahead and make a deception roll from Nith.
$21.
8.
Yeah, you're like seeing through his shit.
Yeah, I'll just not say
Okay.
question. Response.
Hearing, or actually, you know what? You continue. Sorry, Corey.
I was like, at this time, your guys' hands are pretty full, and you both agree that you have plenty tinder to get the job done of what you're trying to do. So you guys start heading back towards the campsite. You have about an hour and a half walk ahead of you. Anything else you guys would like to continue discussing on the way back, or talk about something else with the time?
So where are you from, Nick?
I'm from oh shit, never mind. Meta. I actually don't have a name for my where I'm from, as detailed as my backstory is. I don't have it. It doesn't matter. So Lucan, from a kingdom far to the east. It was, like I said, it was laid to waste, but in its heyday, it was kind of a capital of sorts, and housed a mighty clan.
So where did you move to after what happened?
After everything happened, I didn't move anywhere. I just kind of have, since then, I've just been on the road seeking out evil, and my only real quest is to vanquish it from the earth. So I really didn't move anywhere, just kind of went from place to place, and I ended up in Waters Deep and got the invitation, and just had a feeling that I needed to take it, that it would help me with my purpose.
Yeah, you kind of miss living in a big city.
There's a lot that I miss. The city aspect is only a small part of what I miss.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm there's something about being other people. I definitely feel so isolated, but I don't know. There's good and bad, but I think I kind of culture.
You keep cutting out. Could you say that again?
Sorry.
It's up.
Yeah, I think there's parts of living in a city that I miss. Well, just being around other people and the mix of culture. But for a long time, I just felt like there was no place for me. So living in the wilderness is the best option.
Yeah, I mean that.
It might be time to go back.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have that option. There's still much to be done and rid.
Right. I mean,
Even
that's if we ever make it out of this place.
I don't think I would have come this far to not see the most evil, or I should say, I felt the most evil in this place, and I know it surges from Strahd. I don't think I would be this far if not to at least see him removed. But even after that, I know there's always other evils in the world to be taken care of.
As this whole entire morning is happening, Fury, you kind of continue to nap the rest of the morning, and you as well get finally your full rest in, as well as your level 7. After that, they've been gone for like 3 hours or so. Is there anything you would like to do at camp?
Am I there by myself?
Yes, you are.
Do I know where they are?
Nope.
Well, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is go find my clothes and dress myself.
Yeah, so there you are, back in the skull, just laying out there.
Do I have any clues to where those two went? Does it seem like they just abandoned me? What do I see?
It doesn't look like they abandoned you. As you look around, you see bedrolls that they used and other camping provisions. You notice that Sir Eldridge's body is laid out on the ground. You find it hard to believe that he just left him laying out like that. And honestly, you can see off in the distance 2 figures heading your way. They're about a mile out, kind of down the hill. Both figures look very similar to the two.
No, not really. I mean, I guess if I see them coming, I'm just gonna hang out for a bit.
Okay. Takes about 20 more minutes to walk the last mile for Nith and Lucan. Any last comments you'd like to mention or say?
You mean to Nith?
Yep, sorry, Nith and Lucan.
Oh. No, not really.
You guys finally get back, kind of from climbing the last bit up the hill to where the campsite was, and you just find Fury to be alive and well, at full health, and Sir Eldridge still lying there.
Hey, dip fuck.
What happened there? What day is it? What all happened? I don't know what's going on.
Well, what the fuck did you do to Esmeralda?
What the fuck did I do to her? Last thing I remember, she shot me with fire.
Yeah, and then she left here crying.
And you were naked.
Well, I think you guys got a pretty good idea of what was going on.
Yeah, so now she's gone. Now she's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
She left. She said, I'm leaving. I can't stay here with this bullshit anymore.
Well, where'd she go?
I don't know. She said she thinks she's just gonna die with us, so she's going to... I don't know. She said basically she didn't know where she was going, but she had to get away from you.
And you didn't follow her?
What was I supposed to do? She didn't want to be followed.
Well, you could have sent your pretty little bird to go follow her.
I still could, but you're the one who has to make it right with her.
Well, it's a little late for that now. She's had a whole day ahead of us.
You could have also not tried to take advantage of her. And not been a piece of shit.
Repeat that. I missed what you just said. Repeat that.
I said you could have also not taken advantage of her and put us in this situation. Or tried to take advantage of her.
If I was taking advantage of her, I would not be the one dead on the ground. It was you two.
What? That doesn't make any sense, Fury. If you weren't the one taking advantage of her?
If I was taking advantage of her, it never would have gotten to the point where she could try to kill me. The fact that she even had a chance to try to kill me means that I was not trying to force her.
I think she would have been able to try to kill you at any point because you're worthless in battle.
Yeah, whatever. I go, which direction did she go?
I'm gonna point that way. Like, yeah, I'm gonna point in the actual direction that she went.
I grab my stuff and start walking that way.
Which direction did she start going?
Northwards.
Okay, and where are we again exactly on the map?
You are in between the town of Brezk and...
Okay, so she went in the direction that we need to go.
Yeah, she went in the direction you guys need to go.
All right. Well, Fury, hold on. Let's bury our, or say goodbye to our fallen comrade, and then we'll leave.
Oh, fuck him. I didn't even ever like him. And I keep walking.
No words.
I keep walking.
I'm gonna look at Nith and say, what a piece of shit.
No, nothing's new.
Right. Alright, maybe we should get on. We should probably get this thing going and get on the road.
Yep.
So it's pretty quick. You guys take you just kind of just dump all the pieces of tinder you have onto Strahrd's body, and then you quickly rearrange so it covers him from head to toe, but it's not like a fully cover where you cannot see him. How do you guys light it?
With my mouth.
Oh yes. So you kind of just breathe a little spark out of your mouth, not too aggressively, and the dry wood catches pretty fast, and before you know it, it is ablazed and covering him. At this point, it's only been about 10 minutes. since Fury's left, so you can kind of see him not too far off down the north of you guys along the ridges.
I'll
Yes.
say a prayer for Sir Eldridge,
Sure.
and then I think we can head off. Eadar, Neen Manel, Noear Eneth Lil, Tolo Anar Lin. May your soul and ashes go up to the heavens, and you rest eternally, friend. 5-second moment of silence, and then gonna pack up my stuff and get on.
Sure. You start trying to follow Fury in the direction he was going. Are you guys taking the skull, or are you leaving it?
We're taking it.
You're taking it? Okay, so it takes 2 of you to move it. And even then, it's due to the size, it does slow you down a little bit. You guys are probably going about half the speed or 3/4 of the speed as Fury is going by himself.
And then for clarity, Lucan is pulling that rope and I'm pushing the skull.
Sure. Okay. Fury, as you're kind of trudging off northward alone, what are you kind of like looking for or doing, or
Am
take
I
us through your
seeing?
mind process?
Am I seeing any signs of anything that would tell me when?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature check. I don't think I've ever made one of those before. Give me a second. Okay. And I roll a 13.
All right. You do pick up a track, and it's off and on, kind of a female-sized boot, as well as a mechanical leg. And Darth Vader, can you like tone it down a little bit? And you'd see it for about a few hundred feet, and then it would go away, and you wouldn't see it for about another quarter mile or so, and then you'd pick it up for a little bit again, and able to follow it. And it seems to be going in one direction, doesn't change too much. At this time, from where you are, you don't see Esmeralda, but you do see Argon assaults off in the distance, kind of peeking up on the horizon just before the forest.
I keep walking in that direction.
Sure.
All right, jump back to those two. Give me like 10 seconds to get inside.
Sure. Nith and Lucan.
As I'm pushing the skull, every so often I let out like very off, like kind of muffled, kind of like grimace or grunt or like kind of painful noise while pushing the skull. Also, is my hand so weird?
No, your hand's been normal. Your hand was normal before you got back to the campsite.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, and are these like just kind of grunts to yourself of struggle, or are they kind of like loud tennis grunts
No,
To the point that Lucan can hear you.
it's he can maybe hear, but it's very faint. Like I'm trying to muffle it and be as quiet as possible. And it's not from struggling, but I just get this like tingly kind of like painful burning feeling in my hand pushing this dragon skull.
Is everything all right back there, Nith?
I don't know. Since we've been pushing this dragon skull from Berez, I've had this weird feeling in my hands, this kind of painful, tingling, like hot feeling in my hands whenever I touch or since the first time we started pushing and touching the skull, and I don't understand what's going on or why.
Can I take a look at them?
My hands are fine, and I don't know, like, if you touch the skull, if you feel anything. I don't understand why. There should be no reason why. We were at the beach. The reason I was holding the wood in a wheel, I don't know. My hands, things have been acting weird, and I don't understand why.
I'm gonna place my hand directly on the skull and just close my eyes and take a deep breath and see if anything happens.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a what kind of what do you want to do? Well, give me some, like, what do you want to do? Like,
what do I want to do?
Yeah, like, what are you specifically trying to feel for?
If I feel the same thing that Nith's talking about.
Right, and what kind of, like, check do you think you need?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Possibly medicine or nature or arcana.
All right.
I don't know. Those are my guesses, but
let's just do all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I modify that a little bit? Can I also grab Nith's hand while I'm doing this? So I have one hand on Nith's hand and one hand on the skull.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I kind of want to see if, like,
allows it. Yeah.
I allow it.
Okay. I just want to see if I can, if there's, like, A, if I can feel what Nith feels, B, if I can make any kind of a determination for, like, what I think might be causing this.
All right.
So maybe would a wisdom or something like that.
Just a general wisdom you think will cover? Well, you said arcana, medicine, and
I would say arcana to feel like if I can feel what Nith feels, and then, like, just general wisdom if I can, like, if there's, or actually insight maybe. Not insight.
All right, just tell me what you want to do.
Wait.
Tell me what you want to do first and roll it, and we'll see, and then we'll just go to the next one.
Okay, arcana and general wisdom.
Okay, arcana first. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
That was only a 5.
All right. So you are touching the skull as well as Nith, and you're trying to feel something, and you're not feeling anything. You kind of feel the coldness from the temperature air of the skull, and the body heat of Nith in your other hand, but other than that, nothing.
Okay, so now I'll roll wisdom to see if I can like determine what I think might be going on.
Sure.
22.
You don't know anything. Even as high as that is, you don't just know what's going on.
So am I able to even like have a hunch of what I think is going on, like whether like correct or not? Like I just don't have any even hunches.
Do you have a hunch?
Yes.
All right, go. What's your hunch?
I have a feeling it has something to do with Nith's connection to like a dragonborn and a dragon, and I feel like it has something to do with his connection to his very ancient ancestry. But I'm not. That's probably I don't really know how. Other than that, maybe.
Yeah, you can discuss that with Nith.
Okay. Well, Nith, I wasn't able to feel what you're. I wasn't able to feel what you're feeling, but everything that I've ever known about anything,
if you can't,
my gut tells me that it's something about this skull is like that's still alive about it is connecting you to your dragon roots, like your very ancient ancestors that were, I assume, I'm not super familiar with dragonborns, but I assume that that you were derived from a dragon at some point. But I mean that's maybe stating the obvious, but
well,
I don't know whether it's good or bad.
So you didn't feel anything when you touched the skull?
No, I did not.
And when he was touching the skull and Nith, you didn't feel anything. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Would you rather I push and you pull?
Yeah, we can try that. Yeah. Like I said, it just was causing some, not only the feeling, but then later after pushing for a while when we were at the beach. I don't know other than to say I'll pull. Yeah.
Was it a good feeling or a bad feeling?
I can't quite tell. It kind of was painful, but kind of not. Kind of felt. It was a feeling that I've never felt before, and really can't explain. But just holler if you feel anything as you're pushing. But if not, like you said, it potentially could have some sort of connection to my race.
All right, will do. Let's see if we can catch up to Fury.
Fury, at this point, you guys have probably been going for about 2 hours now. Lucan and Nith are quite a ways back. But at the point, Fury, you are at the gates of Agnes Holt. You are in front of the castle. You see the pillars, the charry pillars that you previously used for past teammates. What would you like to do?
How far back, or like when I turn around, how far back?
You cannot see them.
I just go in.
You go in?
Can I not go in?
Yeah, no, you can. I'm just making sure I heard that right.
Yep. Nope. I'm going in.
All right. Yeah, so it looks very similar to the way you guys left it. Is there anything you are looking for or want to go to or look? Yeah.
Hey, are there any signs of where she went?
There are no signs of her.
Then I'm just gonna kind of wander around and see if I can find any signs or find anybody.
Sure. Go ahead and give me. So as you enter in this grand hall. As you remember it, there's 2 pillars in this hall with a balcony that goes around up top. In front of you is a staircase, and then it breaks off to the left and to the right. There are doorways on the ground floor that you're at. There are doorways to the left and doorways to the right of you. Go ahead and give me a investigation. Would probably be the best.
Okay. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Unfortunately, there are. Due to the age, there seems to be dust here and there. And you look, it appears that when there was people around, it kind of shifted the dust and looks a little more fresh. But it looks like quite a few people have been in and out over time that to rearrange the dust, and you can't see any one path or pick out one person.
Okay. Well, you said there's a door to my left.
There is a door to your left. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna just start looking, I guess. So I'll go to the door on the left.
Okay. So you open this door, and it seems to be kind of a den, and it looks cold and dark and untouched for quite a while, with the exception of the fireplace on the wall to the left as you peek in. There seems to be a blue ember glowing on the ground in the fireplace.
Like anything so about this blue ember, or does it just look like a normal fire ember?
Well, it's not a normal fire ember because it's blue.
But I mean, like it just looks like fire. There's nothing.
But yeah, it has the characteristic of a little fire ember.
Okay. Go to the next room because that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah. So you back out and you go back down the hall to the next door on the left side as you entered, and you peek in, and this seems to be a storage room, barrels all around. You do remember last time you were here, this is where you found the elf that was hiding away here.
Well, I'm gonna go to the next room.
So that room was connected to appears to be the kitchen, which is plundered and overturned tables. Fireplace seems to be well past its use, blackened ashes all over, strewn across the place. there seem to be some footprints in here, more recent. And when I say recent, as in within the last month or so.
So they do not look like the footprints have been following this entire time?
No.
Where do those footprints go?
All throughout, it seems to be that they kind of came in this way. And then a few people kind of went through and then went through multiple exits of this room in all directions.
Okay. Where's the next room that I can go to?
So, from the kitchen, there appears to be a curtain over to your left, and there's a double door to your right.
Okay, let's go to the left first.
All right, and we will go back to Nith and Lucan. At this point, you guys can see Agnes Holt. It is kind of getting darker in the day. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock. You have about 2 or so hours left of sunlight. I'm assuming you're trying to push hard through to Agnes Holt by the end of day. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
My plan, and I guess I can convey this to Luca too. I think we should, since we don't exactly know, or at least I assume that Fury is chasing after Esmeralda, and I don't know if she's going towards the castle or if they're going to veer off. But we should, at least go for another hour before setting up camp, and then continue, and then in the morning try to push to get there to go.
So, Meta, sorry, did you say that you wanted to make camp here or get there and then make camp?
I said go like another hour or so, but like don't go into the castle yet until tomorrow.
Right.
So
yep, that's what I was thinking. Yep.
All right.
So we'll get up. So we'll push the skull until we get like to the outskirts of the castle premises, and then set up camp.
Sure. So back to Fury. As you look, you said he looked to the left, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So you quickly look, and it seems to be in a tower area. This room's kind of just a little more round with 5 beds that go around. It looks to be no more than servants' quarters. There appears to be 5 window slits along the wall that appear to be by each bed. Brown curtains hang from the wall to kind of cover up. But this place is kind of torn up and old, and it's been quite some time since life has been in here.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out the door I just came in, and you said there's another room on the right. Second thing.
Yeah.
That way.
So you go back and you enter this large room, which appears to be the dining room. There's a 20-foot long table in the middle of the table, and as you look at the table, each leg appears to be sculpted from dragons. The chair, the legs of the table appear to be sculpted into dragons. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned or smashed into pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a soft white light, and it doesn't put off, like, it doesn't seem that the light's coming off from there, but it's more seems due to the crystal's lights that enters in the room and is captured by the chandelier. It illuminates and makes great use of it to kind of like lighten up the room a little bit. Standing in the windowed alcoves are two life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. Rainwater seems to trickle through cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall and adding to a large puddle on the floor in front of this large fireplace. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open.
I'm gonna go through those northeast doors.
Sure. So as you enter into the northeast doors, it appears that you walked into a chapel, a sorrowful chapel. If anything, you can tell that this chapel is built more for funerals, used more for funerals than anything else. It just has this sorrowful, dark appearance or presence feeling. This appears to be like cracked wooden pillars to support the U shape of the balcony that overhangs the stone wall chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony above, both each side of the chapel, on the north and east side, or north and south side, I'm sorry. On the far east side end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun, bas relief coming out of it. Tall arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows have been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass, allowing kind of a thick fog to kind of roll in and cover the floor of the room. You kind of see through the fog as you kind of take a few steps in. On the other side by the altar, which is about a good about 30 feet away to the altar from the doorway you walked in, there appears to be 3 figures kind of kneeling down in front of the altar. What do you do?
I can't tell who these figures are or what these figures are.
No, you can't.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna yell. I'm gonna yell, but just casually say, "Have you seen a woman walk or come through here recently?"
So you yell that from where you are, or do you get closer?
I yell that from where I'm at.
Okay. The
I
three
don't go to the deep of the fog. I just kind of where I was.
Yeah. So the figures stay remaining kneeled in front of the altar.
They don't budge at all. Like they don't even.
No, they don't budge. They don't move. Kind of in a way that it was in a way that they didn't really either they didn't hear you or they didn't understand you, and also just don't care about you right now.
Okay, I'm going to walk up
You walk all the way across up to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Like to the point that like I'm behind them and like I don't know, maybe a few feet from them.
A few feet, so like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not within touching distance of them, but enough that I should be able to see who and what they are.
Sure. So as you get closer, the three, and you get within as you get within 3 or 5 feet of them, you notice that these aren't really these 3 figures aren't really a worldly presence. They kind of, as you get closer, they kind of stand up from their kneeling position, turn around, and they seem to be this transparent, ghostly figure with blue glowing eyes at them. And you know that these are 3 revenants. They seem to be cladded in tattered chainmail with leather armor. They stand about 6.5 feet tall. They tower over you, and they just stare down at you.
Would it be a history check to have you tell me what a revenant is?
Nope. You don't need a check. You know what they are. You know that remnants are kind of like ghosts, but they seem to have a purpose. Revenants are is kind of the undead that have a mission that they want to achieve before they pass on to the next world or life.
Can they physically cause me harm?
Yes. They can absolutely fuck you up.
Does it look like they are going to?
They are currently waiting to see what you do.
So they are aware I'm there, but they're not.
They stood up and turned and staring down at you. Right now.
They're not like actively getting ready to like come at me. They're just
not from their body language. No.
What is your purpose here?
They just stare silently at you.
Can you understand anything I'm saying? Still nothing? I'm gonna walk past them and up to the altar, or towards the altar, not.
So do you like walk straight or
Not
through them?
just like in between them. Like wherever there's a gap in between them, I'm gonna walk in between them. I'm not gonna be a dick and walk through them.
I need you to roll initiative.
Fuck. Okay, that would be
That was a great idea, Joe.
a 15.
All right. There it is. Okay. Fuck, that wasn't. Sorry, I was not prepared for this. All right. So you rolled a 15. They rolled a 17. So they will be attacking first. as you kind of walk past them towards the altar, they do not like that one bit. And first one rolls a... They are attacking you, by the way, with just their fists. And so I have a 9, a 17, and a 13.
Only the 17 minutes.
Okay. That is 2d6, so 7 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is your turn, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use a level 3 charm person. Or, let's see here. So there's 3, yeah. So level 3 charm person. And they all need to do a wisdom saving throw.
They are successful.
You don't even need to roll that? How do you know they're successful?
I do not even need to roll it.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's my turn.
They are immune to charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned.
Sweet.
They are on. Oh, and poison.
You said poison.
So they all 3 do vengeful glare. So I need you to make a wisdom
that sounds
saving
bad.
As I said, Trevor covered that. A what throw?
A vengeful saving throw.
Bench. That's a thing.
Oh, sorry. That's what they're doing. I need you to make a wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving. Okay. Let me get to that. Okay, my wisdom saving throw is a 11.
You are now paralyzed.
Okay.
You are permanently paralyzed until they attack.
Until they attack.
Until they attack.
So am I able to do anything?
No.
Even if it's a spell that I don't have to like physically move or anything, I cannot do that.
You have a spell that you don't have to move?
Yeah.
What spell is this?
Yeah.
Well, that's before I do that, how close in proximity are they?
You're 5 feet away.
Shoot, okay. Well, that's not going to work then, so ignore it.
Okay. Because even if you had to say something, like, you're still paralyzed, so...
I don't think I have to say anything for it, but it would include them in the spell, and I don't want to include them in the spell.
Okay. So this time around, they do fists again on their attack, and they do multi-attacks as well. So first one hits you with a 10 and a 12. Second one, yep. Second one hits you with a 25 and a 16.
So 16 points of damage.
Oh no, those are just 2. They're hitting. They're hitting you with 2 fists.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so they both hit.
Okay, and the last one, only one of the fists hits you.
Okay.
Uh, 10, 12, 20 points of damage from the one that hit you with two fists. And 14 points from this one that hit you with the one single fist the second time.
Okay. So now I'm unparalyzed.
You are unparalyzed, yes.
Okay, so I am going to run. So I'm at least I'm going to run as far as I can before I can. So I can walk a distance and then do a spell, correct?
Let's see.
Yes.
So I'm going to do maximum walking distance.
All right, and they are going to do attack of opportunity.
They're going to do a what?
Because you were 5 feet and then you're moving outside of that, so they get an opportunity attack.
Do I have an opportunity to do my spell before that happens?
No.
Because you want to do your spell at max feet away.
Yes.
Yeah, so they attack you before you hit that.
Okay.
So, again, two of them will do fists. So again, multi-attack, 2 fists each. First one, one is a dirty 20 and the other one is a natural 20.
Okay.
And the second one doing the fist is a natural 1 and a 17.
Okay.
So we do the natural 20 first, which is 12 plus 4 is 16 points of damage from just one fist alone. The second fist does 9 more points of damage. And then the one fist from the second revenant does 11 points of damage. And then the third revenant does the vengeful glare again. So I need you to make a DC saving throw.
What saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw, sorry.
Oh, wisdom. Okay. Well,
That is a fail, so you are paralyzed.
even if I'm unconscious?
Huh?
Even if I'm unconscious?
Oh, that you should have mentioned that before you.
Okay.
We will go to the other group.
Quick meta. Joe, do you realize like where you're at or like where you went?
Yes, I do realize where I'm at.
Okay. Okay.
Do I realize where he's at?
No, I just mean like, does he realize like this is the same place where Micah and Ellie's characters died?
Oh,
Like it was a very confident like entrance
sure. Okay,
and an approach.
sure.
Very confident. That might be an understatement.
So, Fury is knocked unconscious, and Lucan and
We go to bed.
yeah.
No,
You guys at this point are like pulling up to the driveway with your skull. The castle is in front of you. The statue of the dragon is behind you.
Do we hear anything?
Yeah, you don't hear anything. I was going to mention that. You don't hear anything. You just have dark presence as you look into it. The
Where are we
nightmares
at?
from the
say-
previous visit still haunt you.
Could you say again, like where we're at? Like we're in front of the building.
You are
or...
at the front gate of this place.
Okay. Well, Lucan, I'm not sure if Fury came this way or if if Esmeralda's like tracks or path like veered off if he followed him. So like we had
It's
said
dark.
earlier, I think.
I'll check. Can I do a check to see how many? If I see any tracks, Corey.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Natural 20.
Ooh. So you are able to pick up Fury's footsteps, and they go directly up the stairs to the castle.
Okay.
You look around like the whole entire front courtyard area, and you don't notice anyone else's steps. Or more specifically, you notice the steps from when you guys all last visited.
So I can tell they're like very old.
Like a month or so old, yeah. I don't even think a month, honestly.
Does he see Esmeralda?
Let's get to it. Hold on.
Okay, well, just.
You notice a wagon has more recently, since you guys have come up to the castle and off again. And there are no Esmeralda track in this vicinity that you're looking.
But I can tell that a wagon has come and gone from here.
Yep.
What about the pyre that we built for Sir Eldridge, or for Vagar and Eleanor? Is that still there?
It is. There's a big pile of ash in the place spot where you left it, with a few rocks where you built it upon.
Has it been disturbed?
It has not. Seems to be fully naturally laid with how you would assume it was left.
Okay. I'm gonna just relay that information to Nith that there's been a wagon here, but I'm not sure who. No sign of Esmeralda, and I think Fury's inside, but...
Why would he go inside if Esmeralda wasn't here? Knowing that, we've been here before, and there's such threats inside.
Yeah, that's a good question. Fury's never been the brightest guy, but I thought he was a little smarter than that.
Yeah, at least like during battles, he realized how utterly helpless he was. So this kind of bravado to go into the lion's den is surprising.
Should we go after him, or should we wait until the morning to go in?
Well, until we return the skull, and lay the skull to rest, I don't know how useful, or I don't know. I don't think our odds are very good, because last time there was 5 of us, and 2 of us died trying to fight the ghost knight things, and so now it's just us 2. If I don't know what we'd be able to do, like in terms of saving him.
But we do have to go in. Do you think we have to go in to return the skull, or should we, like...
Well, I assume, I'm trying to think or remember what we all saw last time, because I know we didn't see a whole lot of it. I wonder if there's like some sort of, because I know there was, when we were there last, I remember there was like hallway, like a long hallway that was on the one side and had like a little door going up. I'm wondering like if we could either go in there or if we should just try to see if there's like a door on the outside that leads to like a fancier word for basement, like catacombs or like something to like someplace where I assume that they have the rest of the silver dragon's body. So I would say like if we could kind of do a perimeter search to see if there's any doors that could lead us down into like a dungeon or something like that.
Well, since you don't have night vision, I think we better wait till morning to do that.
Sounds good.
Hopefully Fury makes it out. He could still come out tonight yet. Without.
Yeah.
We don't know that he's like not okay.
Yeah. Since you said there was a wagon here, I think we should set up camp. Not just directly here in front, but maybe go to one of the sides.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So as you guys, so if you look off to the south, coming from the direction you came from, you know that side of the castle is a lot more destroyed, and a lot of openings coming in and out. The castle is over there. If you go on the north side of the castle, the walls seem to be 100% intact, and there is a kind of a entrance over there, kind of a smaller gate. But again, like it's a gate, it's closed, so you don't have to worry too much.
Do you want to go on the south side?
I would say to the north side.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Just let me add a little more. Continue to walk around, scout it out. On the far backside, kind of northeast side of the complex, there appears to be a graveyard, kind of backyard. And it's gated, so you cannot. It's gated, so there's no like entrance or anything on this. And of that graveyard, on the northeast corner of that, there seems to be a 2-level pavilion.
In the graveyard?
Yep, kind of in the graveyard, separate from the castle. It's a 2-level
Would it
tower,
be like
or
is it like a mausoleum?
Yeah, maybe a mausoleum would be a better.
Okay.
What is a mausoleum?
Kind of
It's
like
a. Go ahead.
it was like just a place where a building where you rest the dead.
Oh.
Like usually it's like important people.
But it's a big one? Like maybe there's other dragon bones in there?
Potentially, it appears. However, you also see that on the back, actually connected to the back of the castle, there seems to be like a 2-level elongated portion that sticks out from the square body of the castle. And then on top of that, there seems to be a tower that goes 4 or 5 levels at top of the rest of the castle, with kind of an opening at the very top, as if it's like a lighthouse appearance that you guys that you've seen before in Waterdeep.
Can you repeat that last part?
There's like a little like offshoot coming from the main body of the castle.
Okay.
Apart from its square body, the kind of center of the back, there's like a 2-level offshoot, and then on top of that, there seems to be kind of a tower that goes up 4 or 5 levels more above all the rest of the castle. And then at the
but you
very
said that
top,
looks familiar to us, though.
yeah, on the top of that, it seems to be kind of a lighthouse that you guys seen before in water.
Okay.
Why don't we sleep kind of on the north side, kind of a little ways away from like the cemetery and mausoleum. I have a feeling that the mausoleum is probably for Arden both. So I would say let's sleep there or whatever, and then we can.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then in the morning we can try to think of ways of returning the dragon skull. Meta, how big is the dragon skull? More specifically, are we able to like get it in through doors?
Yes, you are able to get it in through doors.
Okay.
It's probably, if I had to describe it, it's probably the size of like a T-Rex skull.
Okay.
And it weighs about, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we sleep on the north side.
Okay, north side. Fury.
Yes.
You are knocked unconscious, and you start to open up your eyes. And you seem to be in a different room than what you thought you were in before. This room seems to be covered in dust and cobwebs. And okay, sorry. Dust and cobwebs, and you seem to be on the ground on one of the leaning against what with your head propped up on one of the walls, and in front of you is this long table, different from the one that you saw in the dining room. In front of you, as you open your eyes, you see this figure kind of squatted down in kind of like a catcher position, up on his toes, knees bent, looking at you. He has long gray hair, his skin is gray, his eyes are red. His lips and nose seem to be a little more black. He wears this black chainmail, and then underneath that he has this high collar around his neck with this silver and purple decoration. He's looking at you in kind of a curious way, also kind of having this calm effect. Oh, wakey wakey. Oh, here he is. Oh, hey. Oh, looks like you were in over your head there. He kind of touches your head on his hand on your forehead. You feel this cold, pressing feel on your head. You definitely get the sense that this guy is not alive.
I ask him who he is.
Oh, I'm Sir Godfrey. I take care of the place around here. And at this point, you realize that he's now unwrapping your head. It seems that he put a head bandage on you.
Meta, so am I still knocked out, or are we getting to that point?
No, you are not knocked out.
How much health do I have?
You are severely injured with 1 health point.
Okay, but I am alive. Okay.
You are alive.
Okay.
I am the taker of this, and one of the knights of the order long ago. I am basically all that remains here.
Why did you save me?
I know much about you, Fury, and the rest of your group. I saw you guys when you first came in, and I was unfortunate I couldn't help you all.
What do you mean at all? Who did you help?
Your party. You had a party.
We
and-
lost people. That doesn't seem like you helped us very much, though.
Oh, dear Fury, that was not me. That other knights who are long gone past the state that I am in.
What state are you in?
Oh, that's a tricky question. I am fully here and then also basically dead.
So how are you here? Why are you special?
Well, there's a few of us here. I just appear to have more of my sanity and mind in place.
Well, if you seem to know us, have you seen Esmeralda here?
Oh, Esmeralda. Unfortunately, I don't think I know who you're talking about.
I thought you knew our party.
Yes, I remember you and Lucan and Nith and the little funny dude who did spells and Eleanor. But I don't remember an Esmeralda.
Well, our group's changed quite a bit since then.
Sorry, what was that?
I said our group's changed quite a bit since then.
I see. May I ask why you were all alone this time? Is the group still alright?
I don't have a clue where the other two are. I'm looking for Esmeralda, and they were dragging me behind.
I see. Well, unfortunately, I do not know this Esmeralda. But if there's any other way I can help you, please just ask. And at this time, he kind of pulls out a healing potion and hands it to you.
Thank you. Do you mind if I stay here for the night?
Oh, more, yes, you may. The night's almost over. It won't be long.
Do you think I'll have any issues with anybody else here?
Well, it depends on who do you, like, other... Yes, let's just say yes. Yes. The way your track record is, you aren't the best fighter I've seen come through these halls in years past.
Well, that was not my plan, was to get into a fight.
Alright.
If I stay in this room, am I going to get attacked again?
Oh, no, I will for sure protect you in this room. And maybe tomorrow I can help you find what you're looking for here and guide you in the correct path.
Have the other two come across here yet? Do you know?
Oh, I saw them show up just before nightfall, and then once the light went out, it got dark and I could no longer see. I'm not allowed to venture out of this place.
They never
came in. No.
Pricks. Well, how much time do we have left in the night?
Oh, I would say it's about 2-3 hours left.
Do you sleep?
No, I don't. Fortunately, I do not sleep. I am undead.
Do you mind if I rest these last couple hours?
You may. Quite frankly, I don't have a comfortable place for you to sleep inside this room. I hope you're okay with that.
Honestly, I'm pretty tired, and I'm probably not going to move from this spot.
All right.
Will you be here when I wake up in the morning?
I will.
Okay, well, thanks again. I'm going to turn in here.
Sure.
With that, I go to bed.
And with that, you all wake up, have full rest of sleep.
I get a full rest, not a or short rest?
Correct. Sorry, Nith and Lucan have a full rest. You have a short rest.
Okay, let me see. So,
you wake up and you see Sir Godfrey putting down a bowl of food on the table. Ah, there he is. Come and eat. I've prepared for you food.
Meta, I don't heal anything during a short rest, correct?
You do.
Oh, I just did the short rest and it didn't give me an option to heal.
And he gave you a healing potion that you could maybe use.
I know I'm going to use that, but I figured I'd put in that and see, I don't know how much the healing potion is going to heal.
So what you do for a short rest is you roll, since you're a bard, you roll 1d8. And then you just add 1. And then that's how many points you get back on a short rest.
And how much does that healing potion give me?
The healing potion will do to you. So as he handed it to you and you drink it, you realize it's a greater healing potion. So that will do 4d4 plus 4 health to you.
I'm gonna be fully healed. Okay. Ignore all that. I'm healed.
You just healed yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
Should be good.
Right. Let's go to Nith and Lucan. Oh, real quick. So, you set food on you for Fury. If you go over at the table and you look at it to eat, it's just this grayish matter in a bowl. I guess it looks like oatmeal, just a little more dead looking.
I dig into it. I don't care. I'm hungry.
As you dig into it, it's the most bland, flavorless, ash-tasting.
So it's not bad. It's just not good.
No, it's bad. Like, it doesn't make you puke bad, but like it makes it taste like you lick in a ashtray.
Well, I've had.
All right. With that, we'll go to Lucan and Myth.
I'm just gonna eat it all.
All right. What did you say the cemetery wall was? Like, what type of wall was it?
It was just a fence or a gate.
Made out of.
No gate, just a fence.
Like, can we break it down? Is I guess what I'm getting towards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we break the skull over and then smash a hole into the gate.
Go
into the fence. Sorry.
Go ahead and make a strength.
Uh, 23.
Yeah, so you kind of kick your legs and punch your arms, creating a space opening in the gate that allows big enough for you to guys slide the skull through. It's definitely as you're dragging it through the yard, it's over lumps of graves that lay there. As you kind of get it more in the opening. Meanwhile, with Fury, you notice Sir Godfrey kind of like stand up straight and goes, "Ah, I believe your friends are here." And Nith.
Remembering the enemies we faced last time, and just wanting to return the skull as soon as possible. We just go directly to the doors of the mausoleum.
Sure.
Mausoleum.
As you walk up, you see these tarnished, silver-plated gargoyles shaped like dragons, clinging to the stone-tiled roof of the mausoleum up top. There's an 8-foot-tall, 4-foot-wide, white marble door set in front of you, engraved with the name of Aganos.
We open the door, or I open the door.
So you try to open the door and it's locked.
Is the door open?
It's locked.
No.
I was asking Nith.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's locked. Kind of try to like muscle my way through it. Like
Yeah,
to
go
open
ahead
it.
and give me strength.
Dirty 20.
That will do it. You kind of like go up to the knob and you can try to like shake it a little more vigorously, to the point where it kind of just gives way and it breaks the lock. And the double doors in front of you just kind of open up. For the size that you think they are quite light on their swinging hinge. You're actually very impressed with craftsmanship. But the interior of the mausoleum is this dark and dusty room. You see 4 empty alcoves with raised floors. Etched into the far wall is a verse written in Draconic. You being a Dragonborn obviously know what it says, and it says, "Here lies the bones and treasures of Argonavos Holt, Lord of Argonavos Holt, the founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon."
Can you say that one more time?
It says, "Here lies the bones and treasures of Argonavos, Lord of Argonavos and the founder, or Lord of Argonavos Holt, and the founder of the Lord of the Silver Dragon. Order of the Silver Dragon." Jesus, can't read. If you'd like me to, I can take a picture and send it to you so I don't read.
No, it's okay.
Should we bring the skull in here?
Yes. Can we tell with like the raised floors if there's like where we should put the skull?
So as you look in, you I get sorry, but like you, there is kind of, yes, a perch in the middle of the back of the room, where it appears to be like a nice resting spot for a centerpiece for the skull to lay.
Okay. We bring it or put it there then.
All right, as you kind of pick it up, or not pick it up, but as you slide it up the 2 steps onto the ledge of the mausoleum, you start to push it across the floor of the marble floor of the mausoleum. At this point, it's making this screeching sound as you kind of make it way through the room, and also from the day yesterday of pushing it through the mud, you're now leaving brown streaks across the white marble floor from the skull. You guys pick up the skull, you turn it around and adjust it in a presentable way. Nothing that you can tell happens.
Can I do a history check to see like what was all said about returning his bones?
Sure, go ahead and make that check.
Can I help?
Yep.
I rolled a 16.
I rolled a 9.
Great help.
Thanks.
So you think back and you think from what you've been told, and just by looking at the current surroundings and such, you're pretty sure this is the spot to have it rest.
Okay. Looking at, I believe this is, where we're supposed to lay these bones to rest. Nothing really happened, but the other thing I can think of is, like I just said, to lay them to rest. So maybe if we just leave them here, maybe it'll allow that to happen. Since most mausoleums, you close them up and you don't like necessarily enter into them often. So maybe we should just head on out of this room.
Should we clean it up first, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Alright, me and Jacob spend some time trying to like clean up the skull and the floor as best we can with like any additional the cloth or clothes like that we have, or and like some water. We have some water in our water bag, so we can try and like clean it up a little bit. So we'll spend some time doing that.
Sure. While you're doing that, Fury, what would you like to do?
I ask him where they are, and says that's the last thing he said to me.
They're in the mausoleum.
Are they returning the skull, or what are they doing?
And as like you're talking to him, you just see this huge sigh of relief come across him, as if his one and only task and mission have been fulfilled.
Why, you look so happy.
He's back.
Ooh.
Argonos is back. He has returned.
Yeah, well, that's what we were trying to do, so that's good, right?
Yes, and he's just very beside himself, like he doesn't know what to do because he feels this happiness that he's never felt before.
Do we need to do anything else?
Oh,
Or have they already done what they need to do?
I believe that. What do you mean this is all they do?
Well, we were told that we need to return the bones, and they've obviously done that, but do we need to do anything else to make his return complete, or is he, like, back now? We'll
No,
find him.
dear Fury, he is here. He is
Where is-
present.
Can I go find him?
I can feel him. You may try. He may only show you if he is ready. That is for you all to prove to him.
Well, do you want to see him?
I have seen him enough and served him for quite a while. It is my time to move on from this life.
Well, is there anything I can do before you leave since you helped me?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I had a sniffle. Is there anything else I can do before you leave since you helped me?
No, you all have done it. No need to help me anymore.
Well, maybe you can do one last thing for me. You said you might have a way to help us find Eleanor.
Find Eleanor?
Not Eleanor. Why am I drawing a blank on her name?
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda, thank you.
Uh,
A brain part.
did I say you could help? Or
You
help
see,
him?
like maybe there's something we can do in the morning about your friend.
Oh.
Was that just figurative, like maybe we can do something, or did he not have an actual plan of...
Maybe, yeah, it was probably more of a, let's talk about it in the morning. Right now, yeah.
Okay, never mind then. If I go look for him, am I gonna run into some trouble, or should I wait for the other two to come in?
It is entirely up to you. I believe this place has ascended. Agnes Falls roams the halls now. And everyone else is free.
So
And then
that's
when
good
he
for
says
us, right?
everyone else is free, he has this dreaded look on his face and repeats, everyone else is free. And he just starts to ponder and kind of takes a seat and thinks.
Well, what just happened? Why do you look like someone shot your dog?
Everyone else is free, and yet I am still here. Why am
Well,
I
maybe-
still here?
Maybe your purpose isn't fulfilled yet.
And he kind of ignores you for a little bit, and he goes, "Oh yes, go please find him. Go talk to him. You are safe."
Well, why don't you come with me so we can figure out why you're still here?
I believe that is my own doing to find out. No need to help me anymore. You all have done enough.
Well, is there a certain place that I should start looking, or should I just look in general for him?
Like I said, he will show him to you when he is ready. Sometimes he likes to play games. I unfortunately just do not know. And
Well,
that's not for me to reveal to you. It's up to him.
Well, I appreciate the help again, and I hope you can figure out what your purpose is, but I think I'm gonna go wander the building and see if I can find him.
Very well. And as you kind of leave the room, Lucan and Ith, what would you guys like to do? After a while, you've been putting some elbow grease into it, and you guys have kind of shined up the marble floor to once it was, and it looks quite clean and good.
Well, Nith, I think we've done a good thing today.
I agree. Let's.
We should probably.
Go ahead.
Did you get a weird feeling when you touched the skull again today?
A little bit. Yes, I don't know if I'm just less sensitive to it, or I think maybe just the adrenaline of the moment of trying to return this quickly. I maybe just didn't notice it as much.
Well, should we go inside and see if we can find Fury?
Yeah, let's go ahead and exit out of here and close the door and see if that does anything. If not, we just, I guess, hope that that he was laid to rest and kind of go from there.
Okay. And so we'll close the door and walk out.
So you guys don't even need to close the door before you notice it. As you look back at the castle, you notice at the very top of the tower that you saw this morning, there is a bright blue light that is throbbing. That you know for a fact it was not there before. You are assuming this is the beacon being lit from Agonal's Halt being returned.
Do you see that, Nith?
I do. I think we accomplished our task or
Yes.
our goal with
Yes.
this.
I think he is finally laid to rest.
I wonder if, I guess I wonder and assume that the other ghostly knights inside are potentially at rest too, but I guess we won't know until we go inside. And like you said, we should try to find Fury.
Is there a way into the castle from the graveyard, or do we have to walk back around?
Nope, there is. If you follow the trail from the mausoleum to the cat that leads straight to the castle, there seems to be steps that lead up to that output kind of chapel area in the back.
Meta in the chapel is where Fury was at when he saw the enemy things.
That is correct.
Cat. Let's go in here.
There is, as you walk in, 20 revenants. No, I'm kidding. As you walk in, light, or not light, but like a blue light that appeared to be coming from the beacon seems to be shining through the stained glass into the chapel, providing more light. And that seems weird because just the law of physics you don't think allows it, but yet it's happening. As you walk up the stairs into the chapel and see this light, you notice just to your right, or to your left on the same wall, there seems to be a spiral staircase that also goes up.
Nith?
Yep.
I think today we loosened Strahd's grip on this world just a little bit.
What makes you say that?
I'm just not going to really reply, but I'm going to be like gazing at the blue light that's coming through the windows, and it's just like kind of
In here, then I give out calling out Fury's name, to see if he can hear me, and I guess I'll just kind of do that, just trying to voice it out on like the first floor, if he's nearby. I don't know if it does anything or not, but
He does not hear you from where he is.
I suppose we should go find him then.
yeah. Do you think we should take this staircase, or should we try to go back out to the like more towards like the front of the building, kind of in that entranceway that we had been in the first time we came in, just to maybe orientate ourselves a little bit?
Was the place where we seen the seemingly like head knight character, was he up right above us where we are right now?
I'm not sure. I mean, why don't we head up now?
All right.
And then
Yes.
we can come back
Sounds good. Let's head up the stairs.
As you head up the stairs, the spiral staircase, you're just led up one floor, and you seem to be on this U-shaped outlook that overlooks the chapel. There appears to be one chair kind of at the bottom of this U-shape. Yeah, it just seems to be this wooden throne. Two doors seem to be on the left. Door seems to be on the left, and both on the right of the balcony at the end. Besides that, it's kind of a dead end.
Was this throne where we seen that guy before?
Nope,
That-
this is
the
a
one that
completely
Fury-
different room. You remember that room open.
Okay.
And such, yeah.
And did you say there was doors leading like outside of this like second level?
Correct.
Is the throne empty?
The throne is empty.
Can I kind of walk over to the throne?
Yeah.
Can I kind of just like inspect it, or like, see if I notice
Yeah, go
anything
ahead.
about it?
Go ahead and give me an investigation.
21.
Yeah, just a wooden throne. Nothing too special. It overlooks the chapel, so you're assuming a higher positioned person probably witnessed services from up here.
Okay.
But yeah.
I go through those doorways.
So yeah, as you walk out the doorways, you're kind of in this 30-foot hallway. In the middle of the 30-foot hallway, 15 feet goes to your left and again to your right, and in front of you seems to be this angular walls, each one where you're at, like you're kind of standing at the peak of it, and yeah, you can go either direction.
I'll follow him.
I'll go to the right, I guess.
Okay. So as you go to the right, you realize this, as you start walking down the hallway, this is the hallway where you guys had your fight before last time you were here. As you continue, you notice off just to your left are stairs that go down and then lead to the main grand hall of this facility. And then before you know it, you are on this overlooking balcony that looks over this opening, and then also there's a hallway down to your right that bring back memories of that just brings back bad memories as well.
You said there is staircase going down. Was there also a staircase going up?
Yep, as you look down the hall, or down the balcony ahead of you at the very end, it is the spiral staircase that that led up, that you guys all took before.
We'll take him again.
All right. So you take the spiral staircase up, and once you get to the top, you notice that there's the secret door that you all went through before, and then there's a curtain in front of you. What would you like to do?
So there's a secret doorway and a curtain?
So, yep, there's a secret doorway off to your right, and you have taken the secret doorway. That goes to the room. You remember, to the room where the person sat on the throne.
Sure.
And then there's just a curtain in front of you.
Luke, and I remember this is where we saw that kind of captain ghost knight person. Should we peek in and see if he's still here?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he seemed to almost be like holding down the fort for when Argonauts Vault returned. So I think if anywhere, that's a good place to start.
All right, so yeah, we'll go through the doorway.
Sure. As you're doing that, Fury, you come out of the room on your quest to find Aganos, and you notice just to your right is a curtain, and you can hear whispers coming from behind the curtain, and they sound pretty familiar.
What is it saying?
Yeah, you can't entirely make out what they're saying. Just the tones of the voices you've heard before.
Well, I'm gonna walk towards the curtain.
All right, you walk towards the curtain. You're at the curtain.
What did you say? Trevor coughed.
You're at the curtain. You're dragging your hand back, and you pull it back, and you notice nothing's quite there. You see off to your left, there seems to be kind of a door, cracked a little open, and then a spiral staircase going down.
I'll go through that door.
Okay. You go through the door, and you are right behind Lucan and Nith.
Fuck.
As the three of you stand in this room, you guys remember the fight that ensued before. As you look on the throne, you notice nothing's on the throne.
What does the throne look like?
The throne is large wood carving, with the top of it resembles kind of a dragon unfolding its wings. It's facing you guys out 3 windows to the west. It has a red cushion. It's very rigid.
What if, maybe this is crazy, but what if we all kneel down and Nith, you speak in Draconic, see if we can, maybe he'll give us an audience.
Sure.
Alright.
The 3 of you kind of line up 1 by 1, 3 in a row. face the throne, and who kneels again?
All of us.
All of us, yeah.
I do.
Okay.
And then in Draconic, I just say, Argavos, are you there? Allow us to see you.
No reply.
I start walking back up the stairs.
What stairs?
Didn't you say the door I opened had some spiral stairs that went down?
Yeah, so you go back through the secret door. There's stairs that go down, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant I came down the stairs. Okay.
No. You went through a doorway to the left of the stairs.
Well, I stand by that. I go down the stairs.
All right. Fury's like, see ya.
I say it loudly enough for him to hear as he's walking down, and then towards Lucan. Should we maybe look around to see if there's any weapons of use? Since there's a lot of soldiers here, there might be some things that could help us in our quest. I remember their main captain guy, meta or history. What was his name?
His name was
It's something like Hornsby, maybe.
not quite.
I was like, it doesn't sound masculine, but
Vladimir Horngard.
okay. I remember Vladimir Horngard, captain, had a pretty like dope looking sword that seemed to have good iron.
Yeah, I remember him trying to swing it at me.
So I think we should maybe look around to see if there's anything of value.
Yeah, sounds good,
Yeah.
man.
Go for it.
Go ahead and make an investigation, I guess. Or like, yeah.
And the meta, I don't know, like, I mean, I assume you know, like, if there's anything around, not necessarily just in this room, but the rest of, like, the castle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can either go room to room and do this, or if you just want to do, like, a wide sweeping, like, roll for time purposes. Up to
Sure,
you.
yeah.
I don't
Let's.
know.
Yeah, no. Go ahead and make an investigation.
All of us?
Yeah. Or so Lucan and Nith, and then Fury, whatever you're doing, you're going downstairs.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 16.
All right. So you guys are kind of using the teamwork method, going through the thing, and Nith is like, "Have you found anything yet?" And Lucan kind of pops up and goes, "I haven't found shit." And you guys kind of take all the third floor. You make your way down to the second floor and search those rooms. And then before you know it, you're at the first floor. You notice there's a grand dance hall kind of thing. Kind of a ballroom. As you come into the main entrance, and off to your right, you saw some spiders, and you're like, don't really want to mess in there, so you kind of stayed out. Fury, where are you going this whole time?
Wherever the stairs go.
Okay, so you took the stairs, and the stairs went down to the second floor, where you are balcony above the grand entrance / grand hall.
Oh, so this is where I'm. So they're currently on the third floor?
So Well, so they're like currently searching the floors, and they made it all the way down to the first floor. You
Okay.
are during this time walk down the stairs. You're on the second floor. What else do you do?
I'll go search the second floor since I pretty much checked out the first floor yesterday and haven't looked at the second floor yet.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation.
I got a 9.
So the same as the others, you're just searching and you're not finding too much. A lot of this, obviously, this place has been ransacked in its time. A great battle has been fought here, and a lot of damage has been done. Just whatever's left of value just isn't around anymore, if ever. And you guys kind of meet up on the second floor, and again, you part ways. Lucan and Nith kind of make their way down to the first floor, whereas Fury kind of sticks up on the second floor and continues to search more closely. And again, Nith and Lucan, you make it if you're facing out the exit of the main hall, the grand entrance, and you turn to your right. You go through the first door, and there's just this dust-covered room and a fireplace that sits on the west wall. And you guys see in the pile of ash on top, there just seems to be this blue ember sitting there in this pile of ash.
We're on the first floor, right?
First floor, yep.
Okay. And we're in, okay. What do you think that flame is, Nith?
I'm not sure.
Can I get like a little bit closer to it and like observe it, see if it like resembles? I'm trying to tell if it is like in any way related to the beacon.
Yeah. So as you get closer, you do notice that the light of the beacon that you saw earlier kind of matches the same hue and tone of this kind of ember.
Am I able to like tell anything else about it? Like, is there?
You can do an investigation real quick.
All right, I'll do that. $14.
Yeah, so you're kind of getting closer at it, and you're just like, this is very peculiar. And you take your hand and you get it really close, kind of close, like you don't touch it, but you get close enough where you should feel some heat coming off of it if it was a normal ember.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't feel any heat.
Interesting. Nith, I don't feel any heat coming from it.
That is interesting.
I think you should try and speak in Draconic to it again. Or to this again.
Okay. So again, this time I just say just something very general, kind of if anyone is there, please come to us or talk to us.
You hear in a deep voice that sounds like Mufasa or like James Earl Jones. Feed me.
Is it coming from the ember?
That you don't know. And by the way, this voice was in Draconic, so only Nith could understand. However, you don't know where it came from. It seemed to be appeared in your head.
Okay. And then I guess and so it just said freed me.
Feed me.
Feed me?
Yeah.
Could I hear anything? Could I hear anything, or just I couldn't understand it?
You could hear it, but you couldn't understand it.
Okay, but it seemed to come from my head, though.
Yep.
From
Okay.
a head or my head?
Like inside your head. Like as
So
if it was a voice inside your head that you heard.
And we
Did
both
I
heard
hear
it
this?
inside of our head.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I heard this.
You did not.
Okay.
I kind of give Lucan a glance and say,
I'm a nod.
I say that was weird. I heard I don't know, like I a voice seemed to speak to me. Did you hear anything?
I heard it as well, but I could not understand it. I'm assuming he was answering your question.
It said feed me.
Did you ask him what he meant by that?
No. And then instead of saying no, I just asked then in Draconic, what do you mean?
Feed me.
I also reach out to this ember, but touch it.
You touch it, and it has this cold feel to it. Kind of like it feels like an ice cube, honestly.
Okay.
You kind of like when you touch it, you kind of smothered it where you made contact, but as you let go and you give it a few seconds, it kind of reignites itself throughout.
Okay. I take out like out of my backpack just some provisions and have myself a little snack.
Okay.
Well, it says feed me. I'm just trying to doing what I can.
What exactly?
I don't know, like crackers. I don't know if I got an energy bar.
Sure. We'll do crackers. You kind of have this, they're kind of dry item, and they kind of, as you lay them by the ember, they kind of flame up, and the ember starts to grow and all of a sudden pops out of the fireplace, and it starts to engulf even more, and it becomes this miniature wormling blue flame. As it looks at you, its wings outspread, releasing smoke, starts to flap, and it flies off. It flies out of the room. You can easily follow it by the smoke trail. It flies up the center staircase, up and across the balcony up top, and up the third level through the spiral staircase.
I follow the smoke.
Sure. So you start.
I'll follow too.
You start running past it, and you follow it all the way up to the top floor. To the third floor, the top highest level. As you get to the top of the spiral staircase, it appears to go through the curtains, which you follow it down the hall. About halfway down the hall, it takes a right and then another left through another curtain. And and the smoke kind of ends at this curtain. On the third level to a room. As you start to peer through this curtain, you see this large silver dragon sitting in this large, tall room. Hello, Nith. He speaks in the same voice that you heard Feed Me from.
Can I hear him too or not?
Yes, this time you can hear him. He is speaking in common.
Okay.
Fury, as you look around real quick, you do see this like trail of smoke going through the place.
So, and we're back up in the like throne room then?
You are back. No, you are in a different room.
But on the third floor or
on the
not?
third floor, yep.
Okay.
I walked through the curtain, and kneel in front of him.
I'll also kneel beside Nith.
Ah, a ranger. Quite interesting. And Nith, paladin and a sorcerer, I see.
I look up, kind of a quick jerk up, kind of out of confusion, but don't say anything.
Ah, quite new powers I see by the look of your face.
I don't know. When we were transporting your skull, every time I would touch it, my hands would get this weird feeling, and I don't know if I was hallucinating, but I think they turned into hooves before returning back to normal. I haven't been sure what has been going on.
I can see your bloodline dives deep into the draconic nature history of the people. You have a mighty line behind you. Some have touched many powers, and it seems that those powers are invested in you.
A kind of a wave of realization crosses out of my. But I still say nothing.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Ah, and what might your name be?
My name's Lucan Skyhawker, sir.
Lucan. Elvish, I see.
Yes.
Welcome, Lucan. I assure you that any friend of a Dragonborn is a good, trustworthy person.
It is good to see you looking so well again.
Thank you. I owe this to you all, I believe.
We're trying to destroy Strahd.
Speaking, I should probably, so before you isn't fully a dragon, it is like a manifestation.
Okay. Yep.
He is still dead, and his skeleton still lies in the crypt.
Yeah.
Yep.
This just seems to be the presence of Agnes Fossil.
I was kind of That's kind of what I was picturing. So.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Okay.
So, yes, Strahd is a deep evil power that has invested over the years.
We were trying to, or we've been kind of all over Barovia at this point, and I don't know if one evening I was on watch over a group, and we were kind of up at the top of a mountain, and I looked out and I seen your battle with Strahd. I seen you fighting him.
Yes, that was many, many years ago. I, along with many of my men, were lost that day. The remaining men have brought us back here for our final resting places, where we continue to live for many years until one day we were attacked. My spirit was broken at that day and was forever destroyed. Many of the surviving men who were to protect have lost their minds since then and gone on to evil places. And now you two have completed and now protect us again.
How are you sure that Strahd won't destroy this place now that we've returned to you?
I'm not 100% sure. But for the time being, we are safe.
I
believe with you all here, it will be a safe time.
Thank you for your vote of confidence. If you don't mind me asking, and I mean no insult by this, but how was Strahd able to defeat a mighty dragon such as yourself?
Strahd himself is a mighty person. He's made deals with an evil power that runs through his veins. Yes, I am mighty, but sadly Strahd right now is mightier.
Do you know anything about these evil powers and where they lie, and if we can, do we need to take them out in order to defeat Strahd?
It's a dark place in the mountains. I've heard of the Ember Temple. Dark powers live within the realms of that place. Only one person has ever come out, and he now rules this land with an evil iron fist. I recommend do not go there ill-prepared.
So do you think if we defeat what is in there, we'll have a better chance of taking down Strahd?
I can see many things in this land now. Unfortunately, that is one thing I cannot see.
Do you have any other advice for us as you know the tasks that we are about to try and take on? Do you have any other advice for us?
The three Fane. I believe they can help.
Meta, I couldn't understand what you said right away. What was that?
The three Fanes. I believe they can help.
Who are the three Fanes?
Again, that is a time before I was ever here. By the time I was here, I was heard only rumors.
Do you know where we may find them?
The mountains, the forest, and the swamps. They live. Strahd captured them many hundreds of years ago, and gave him powers over the land. It's how he controls the waters. It's how he controls the animals. And it's how he controls the wind. Set those straight, and you may have a chance.
Does Strahd keep them prisoner at his castle?
I cannot see into Ravenloft. His power is far greater than mine to see there.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you,
I hope.
Lucan.
Sir, if you don't mind it, one final question. This doesn't really pertain to Strahd, but have you ever heard of the green dragon Chiokadra?
Many years ago. I've fought with him many times as I was a young, small dragon. He was not from good times. Why do you ask?
As a young man, he destroyed my village. And I vowed that one day I would kill him to avenge my mother and all the friends and the elves that I grew up with.
I see. Unfortunately, Barovia is not much help to you for that quest.
No.
I'm sorry, but that is something you will have to do on your own in the future. I assure you, you will be prepared by the when that time comes.
I hope so as well. Thank you for your guidance.
Yes, thank you. Nith, to you, I wish you luck as well. You learned lots today.
Yes, I don't take my silence for anything other than, or don't take my silence for lack of just processing.
At this time, I will leave you. May the ancestors of our kind watch over you.
I again give him a little bow, or like my head bow.
Mm-hmm. And at this time, he bows back, and then he evaporates into nothing. Where would you guys like to go?
Keep checking for any treasures, or if there aren't any, then head downstairs.
There sadly is not any in this place.
Meta, what about that like dope sword, or did that just like disappear?
It
once,
disappeared with him.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. I say let's just head back downstairs and.
Is the dragon still in the room with us?
No.
Not that you know of. It evaporated, so you think the presence
Okay.
left.
Okay. Can I look around the room that we're in? Do I see anything? Because I don't think we'd been here yet, right?
Yeah. So it's literally nothing in here. It seems to be a big, spacious room that's completely empty. By the looks of it, you're assuming that it was just a resting room for Aganos in his dragon form to be in, as it gave kind of
Okay.
plenty of room for that, but nothing else.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you guys make your way downstairs.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
You make your way downstairs. You on the second floor. You run into Fury. Kind of get him up to date on what just happened. Does he add anything?
No, I haven't found anything.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys kind of like start to make your way back downstairs to the main exit or main entrance. You notice as you start to leave this place, there appears to be, before you're outside and you start to look through the main entrance, you see this black carriage drawn by a black draft horse parked out front. On top of this carriage where the driver sits is a man covered with his face all dressed in black with a black top hat. His hands are on the reins, holding the horse at bay while looking at the doorway, looking at you three exit. The curtains of the carriage are drawn. You cannot see inside. What do?
I'm gonna go open.
What?
I said I'm gonna go open it.
Go open it?
Jeez.
So
Why didn't you just die?
as you walk and get closer, the man up top puts down the reins and ties them tight to hold the horse at bay. He gets down and he hands you a note. And give me a minute and I will send that to your images folder on Discord.
What is this music from?
Image is sent. So you get an invitation stamped like that.
Did you hear me?
I did. I will answer it in a little bit.
Okay. I like recognize it from somewhere.
It's from Game of Thrones, real quick.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Like Red Wedding, I'm pretty sure.
No. Citadel.
Mm.
Yep.
When the light of the
When
seven...
it blows up.
Yep.
Do you want us to also read it, or just Joe, or just Fury, since he?
It's up to him for him to share with you guys or not.
I mean, I already read it, but
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Yeah, share. He shares it with you guys. Reads it out loud.
Hey, Meta, what does it say? I bid you. What is the next word?
I bid you
Dine?
dine at my castle.
That is a terrible D.
Yeah. Dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized.
I have no idea what
surrounding-
that word is.
Civilized surroundings,
Oh.
I think. Your passage here will be safe. Will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your
Fuck.
host, Strahd von Servich. At this time, the carriage driver opens the door and gives you a gesture to get in.
I think we should find Esmeralda first.
She's probably waiting there for us already.
I doubt that.
Well, you know what, Fury? We wouldn't have this problem if you didn't scare her off in the first place.
Oh, I'm not the old shooter. She said all of us were going to get her killed, not just me.
You don't know that. You were.
You guys told me that.
No, we did not.
You said that she said that we were going to get her killed.
Lucan said
Mainly you. Mainly you.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Well, I told you mine.
I don't know. Do you want to get in? Or do we go to the Amber Temple?
Well, like Fury said, I think we should find Esmeralda. I think she, if nothing else, is just another person that we can.
At this time, the carriage driver is like gesturing you just to like, please come on, just get in, please. Like he's kind of in a hurry.
I disregard it. I agree we should find Esmeralda. I also agree, we need to go to the, Amber Temple to, get the last, or do that last blue card. But I also wonder if there's a, what real choice we have. Since he does, kind of run this territory. And this at least seems like a peaceful inquiry.
Do we bring the sword with and the gems? We could just be handing those to him.
I
do we store them?
I looked to the driver and asked, what happens if we don't come with you?
He doesn't speak kind of in a way that like it's either he didn't hear you because he was deaf or he just doesn't understand you.
Okay.
But he kind of just gestures more of, please come in, join us.
Is he a human?
He looks to be a human figure. Like you can't tell. Like he's wearing all black. He has a black hat. He has a black scarf wrapped around his face.
So we can't see his face at all?
You can't see his face at all.
Can we see his eyes?
You cannot. They kind of are sunken.
Okay.
from below the hat, like below the hat brim, and then like the scarf goes so high up that it kind of just this narrow slit in the shadows.
I look at Nith and say, what do we do?
I don't know. I like everything's telling me not to go, but at the same time, I don't know.
I don't know either. If we go without our weapons, we could be defenseless. If we go with our weapons, he could take them, and it could just be game over right then.
Well, and yeah, because I mean, like I said, the invitation really seems cordial, and he seems to be, although evil, kind of an old-fashioned rules of war type of person. But I also don't know if I want to confront him without, whatever we get from the Amber Temple, as well as just the three of us.
Let's go.
Go where?
Let's get in the carriage. I think I like. I agree with what you said. I think he's, for all the evil that he is, he's a civilized man of war, and this is all a game to him. So and you know what? His biggest weakness is that he underestimates us. So I think we should go there, see what he has to say, and maybe we learn something from it. Maybe we could get a clean shot at him when he's not expecting it.
I hate this idea, but I also think it's probably if we reject him, I think the potential repercussions could be great, seeing as I think he's mostly just kind of left us alone and hasn't challenged us too much.
Right. I think if we piss him off, he could just decide to end us. But if we play his game, it could work to our advantage.
Yeah.
With that, I'm gonna walk into the trailer, the wagon,
The carriage. All right.
yeah, the carriage. I'm gonna get in the carriage.
You all three get in the carriage finally.
Yeah.
As you walk in, you look. There's appears to be two benches, one on each side of the door, and there's already a figure sitting in one of the seats. As once your eyes just, you notice it's Esmeralda. Oh, come on. I really thought I was going to lose you guys if I took this carriage ride. And we are going to end it there for tonight.